Alright, it's October 12th, 2009. It's time for your Monday Night Raw review. Nancy O'Dell and Maria Menounos host, Divas are traded, and we found out the 7 members of Team Raw for bragging rights. The review starts right now.
Take the past, burn it up and let it go. Carry on, I'm stronger than you'll ever know. That's the deal, you get no respect. You're gonna get charged, you better watch your fucking neck.
Alright, welcome wrestling fans. It's time for the Monday Night Raw review for October 12th. I said I wouldn't do one, but I am going to do one. Alright, overall the show was, I don't want to say it was good, because it wasn't good. It was definitely entertaining, but as far as wrestling goes, it was very lackluster. We had 8 matches tonight. That's a lot of matches for a 2-hour show, and as you can tell, or as you will be able to tell, it suffered for having 8 matches as far as wrestling goes. Alright, so we opened the show tonight with SmackDown star Chris Jericho. He's backstage and he announces that he is the team leader for Team SmackDown. So basically Triple H comes out, DX music hits, Triple H comes out by himself, no HBK, Shawn Michaels. We find out that he is at home. He didn't make it tonight, and so basically he does the usual DX spiel with the help of a production crew member. And then he calls HBK on the phone. They do their little comedy skit. For the most part, it wasn't that funny, actually, to tell you the truth. Most of it wasn't funny at all. The crowd wasn't into it. Nope. Crowd wasn't into it. The Unified Tag Team Champions come out. Chris Jericho announces that Big Show is going to be on the SmackDown team. Triple H basically gets them to go against each other, and Big Show wants out. He wants to be on the Raw team, and fair enough. Triple H says all the slots are filled, but he can earn a spot if he beats his opponent tonight, and his opponent is going to be Chris Jericho, and their match starts right away. And okay, so we have Chris Jericho versus Big Show. Now, this whole opening segment took almost 20 minutes. Terrible way to start off the show, especially when a lot of it wasn't funny. Basically, the match, what can you say about it, wasn't that good. And so we have a match where Big Show wins via countout. He gets Chris Jericho to be counted out 2 out of 5. The next segment of the show is with Maria Menounos, the co-host, along with Nancy O'Dell, and she says that Triple H has made a match tonight: Ted DiBiase versus Cody Rhodes versus Triple H. Now, if either Cody or Ted win, the person who won will be the one who will go on to be on the Raw team at bragging rights. If John Cena wins, neither of them will be on the team. So that's pretty interesting situation right there. Next match is Mickie James versus Jillian Hall for the Divas title. Quick matchup, terrible, 1 out of 5. It was a sloppy match. Wasn't good, like botches, come on. Terrible, 1 out of 5. So Jillian wins. And I'm like, this is really interesting. They put the Diva belt on Jillian. Something's wrong. It turns out that Nancy O'Dell has orchestrated a trade between the 3 brands, basically, and that she has a new number 1 contender, and that new number 1 contender will get their title shot right now. And who is it? Melina, who is not even on SmackDown for a whole year, or not even for 6 months, I don't think. But either way, Jillian Hall versus Melina for the Divas belt. So another very shorter than the first match. Not only was it shorter than the first match, Melina botched the move really badly, and she kind of scrambled to get a new move with Jillian. I forget what that move's called. Next match is the qualifying match, triple threat: Ted DiBiase versus Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Basically, John Cena had his back up against the wall there several times when it became basically a handicap match with Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase versus John Cena. Randy Orton came out and distracted Cena. Cody Rhodes took Ted DiBiase Jr., rolled him up through the pin. Cody Rhodes would be going in as another member in the Raw, on the Raw side, for bragging rights. This match was better than the other matches that we've had so far. Best match of the night so far. 3 out of 5. Even though we had Super Cena in there, it's like it was better than the other matches. So then we get 2 back-to-back qualifying matchups. first being Jack Swagger versus MVP. Jack Swagger hits the gut wrench powerbomb for the pinfall, and he wins the spot on Team Raw. Match, I don't know, basically, we're going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. There you go. Then we get Kofi Kingston versus Evan Bourne. Now, this match would be a dream on paper, because we get two high flyers, which is something Raw needs. Raw needs quick stars that can get a high flying match going on. But what we got was a shorter match than what should have been, and because of it, it suffered. But they had all the potential to be a really good matchup. But alas, it gets a 2.5 out of 5. Dude. Oh man, my thing is, it's all on this side, so I gotta go in and get it from here. Beth Phoenix, Alicia Fox, and Rosa Mendez versus Maria Menounos, Gail Kim, and Callie Kelly with the manager of Nancy O'Dell. 1.5 out of 5. And Beth Phoenix, Alicia Fox, and Rosa Mendez lose to Maria Menounos' team. Next, we have Miz cutting a promo on the fact that he is the new United States champion, and he makes a match announcement for bragging rights. The Miz versus the Intercontinental Champion from SmackDown, John Morrison, champion versus champion. Should be a pretty good matchup if they give it enough time. But we get the main event, Randy Orton and John Cena versus Legacy. Now, this main event started really late. I think it started like at 11 o'clock, so I was wondering how they're going to get it finished. The match gets a 2.5 out of 5 when Randy Orton was beating down his partner Cena, and Ted DiBiase rolls up Randy Orton, gets the win, and basically screws over Legacy. Ted DiBiase does. Now, before the match, Randy Orton came out and got on the mic and said that he talked to next week's guest host, who is Snoop Dogg. Something tells me it's going to be a really hazy show. He spoke to Randy Orton spoke to the guest host for next week, and Snoop Dogg said that there will be a huge main event for next week's Raw, and we'll find out after the match is over. So the match is over, and we found out there's going to be John Cena versus Triple H next week. Overall, as you can see, Monday Night Raw suffered because of its 8 matches in a 2-hour show. It was definitely an entertaining Raw, but not a good one, and there's a difference. You can have an entertaining Raw, but when you look for wrestling, you don't find it, and that's what makes it not a good Raw. So overall, I would give Raw a 5 out of 10, and that's average. I would consider 5 out of 10 average, basically. And I unfortunately see the same thing happening for SmackDown, as we only have one announcement ever of the SmackDown bragging rights team, which is Chris Jericho. The main event for SmackDown is going to be Batista versus Rey Mysterio. Also, real quick, when we get to the Diva trade, as we know, Melina's going from SmackDown to Raw, and Beth Phoenix is going from Raw to SmackDown. Also in the trade, Mickie James has been traded from Raw to SmackDown. Didn't see that one coming. And Rosa Mendez has been traded from Raw to ECW. Brie and Nikki Bella go from ECW to Raw, and Eve has been traded from SmackDown to Raw. That's my sad face. That's my sad reaction to that, because I like Eve on SmackDown. So all in all, for the Raw side of bragging rights, 7-on-7 match, we have Big Show, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, we have Cody Rhodes, Kofi Kingston, Jack Swagger, and a yet-to-be-named member, Mark Henry. I said I wasn't going to do a Raw review, but I ended up doing one, and I'll do a SmackDown review this weekend. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, I got it right this time, and rate and comment.